Okay, now to make your QR poster, you're going to use a site called PosterMyWall. The web address is postermywall.com. What's nice about this site is you don't need to make an account. You don't need to pretty much do anything other than start creating your posters. It's free. You can download a image low quality image of the poster to your computer for free. The only time they start actually charging you is if you download the high quality posters that you would then print out on a large scale. We don't need to do that for this course. You're just going to download the free posters. So when you get to the website, you're going to click this Create Your Poster Now. It's going to take you to the main options where you can select your background. What you want to do for your image background is you want to select the solid colors and then pick a solid color for your background. You also want to change your page orientation from portrait to landscape. I'm going to leave mine as white, and I'm going to select landscape, and I'm going to say create. All right, so this gives me my general poster layout. From here, I can make my QR poster. Now, there's a couple examples on the in the resources folder of Blackboard, so look at those examples to get an idea of what you should do. The layout is pretty standard for those, so you can copy the layout of those and then create your own poster based off of that. Your options in this site are right over here on the side. You can add photos, add text, add fancy text, clip art, stock photos, and change the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this Add Photo button and click Upload Photo. This is going to bring me to my computer again where I can select photos. I have my 2 QR codes that I created from my examples earlier that I'm going to pull in here. I'm going to click Open, and that loaded in my one QR code. And I'm going to add another photo, upload photo, and let's get my unit tag one in here. Okay, so now I have these 2 codes in here. Now you'll see that my unit tag one looks a little strange. That's because I put that drop shadow on it. So you need to be careful with your unit tag options. So I have these 2 codes. They're way too large, so I need to shrink them down. Again, just like in all the other programs, I have these handles that I can use, and I can use them to shrink them down. And I can shrink this one down as well, and I'll move them off to the side. This option will rotate it. For the QR codes, you don't really want to rotate it. You want to keep it kind of where it is. You have some effects that you can put on these pictures. You can play around with these and kind of see what they do. This won't work for your QR code, but for other images, you can play with them and kind of adjust your images a little bit. So I don't want to do any of them. Okay, so I have 2 images in here. You can add other photos that you have on your computer. I have a picture right here that I'm going to put in. Okay. So I can put this image in. You'll notice that I get these little options where it lines it up as well. So I can use those to kind of see where everything's going. Add text. And I have a lot of different font options over here. So you can scroll through these and pick ones that you like, and it'll load it up. Drag the handles to make the boxes bigger, and click on this these arrows to move this around as well. Text options, size, color, alignment, letter spacing. You're going to be exploring the letter spacing a little bit in the typography module later on. Line spacing you don't have to worry about, and drop shadow. Okay, so you can play with those. So if this is a little heading up here with a picture, and what you'll notice is as you click on these images, you have these different options off to the right. based on what you're clicking on. So these are image options that it gives me. I can crop the image if I only want part of it. So now this image is cropped. I can erase the background, and I can replace the photo as well. This option here will actually fade the photo out. Let's bring this to the front. So you'll see that this makes the photo semi-transparent so I can see through it. You won't always need to use something like that, but it's just useful to know that it exists. Text boxes, images. Fancy text is kind of like word art. You pick the effect and the font and the colors. Click Add to Poster. Okay, so I have this over here. You can add clip art. This actually uses an open source clip art gallery, so you can search for clip art, whether or not it exists. It may or not be in there, so you'll kind of have to look around. Let's add that. Okay. Add stock photos. You don't want to use Getty Images because they actually charge, but Pixabay and Flickr actually have free stock photos that you can use. So you can kind of search for photos in there. Stock photos are nice because they're royalty free, there's no watermarks, and sometimes you can get some pretty decent high quality images out of there as well. So we got some motorcycles here. Let's put in this one. Shrink it down. And that's pretty much it. That's all you can kind of do in this program. Put in text, put in fancy text, which can be used for titles. This text you can use for text boxes, and put in images. That's generally what you're going to want to do on your QR poster. Have some text, have some images, and have the QR codes that take you to the sites that you need to go to. When you're finished creating your poster, hopefully it looks a lot better than this one looks. You're going to click this download button up at the top, and then you're going to click this free basic quality. Don't get confused by this like button. Just hit the download button here, and that will let you save your poster. I downloaded the poster. Now that it's downloaded, I'm going to say no thanks. Now that it's downloaded, I can then upload that image into Blackboard. All right, and that's it for PosterMyWall.